Welcome to the StockMentor.com studios here in the Black Hills of South Dakota. I'm your stock mentor, Brian Johnson. I'm making professional trading simple. It has been pretty simple the last few days. I hope you guys have been following along. I'm going to do a really quick video today. I'm just about to blast out of here, so this will be up. This is not the end of the day video. This will be an intraday, middle of the day video. It is approximately 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. At the time I'm making this video. So keep that in mind. There's still 3 hours left of trading. I just did another video for the Slope of Hope, and it kind of outlined what I was looking at. There's both a bear case and a bull case. I wanted to make everybody aware of that. Here we see the Dow right back into and at the bottom of its channel that we've been watching, which ultimately looks on a chart basis, technical basis, just a huge bull flag. So this is the last remaining argument that the Bulls really have. I really don't see anything else beyond this for the Bulls. Based on the action I saw, what I ultimately was looking for was on the SPX. We're going to get to that in 2 seconds. And man, things are really starting to fall apart here. And I really think this could be the start of something much larger and much more bearish than what we saw in the other small pullback just a couple months ago, which I'll show you too in just a couple seconds. So here's the Dow on a daily. This was the last pullback. See this middle of June into July? This made for a pretty good pullback here. A difference of about 800 points or so. I really think we might be in for more on this pullback here. Now the Dow is holding on pretty well. It's come down and tested its 50-day moving average, but ultimately the other indices have already broken their 50-day moving averages and are now moving lower. It was a question of, was the Dow being the stronger of the averages or was it lagging? So was it leading or was it lagging? At this point, I would probably say that it was lagging, and it's just taking it a couple of days to catch up to everything else. I would fully expect the Dow to start to break down eventually here. Maybe it doesn't have to be today. Maybe it'll move sideways the rest of the day. But eventually, over the next few days of next week, to maybe start moving down towards this area here. You can see once we get to the NDX that it's already down into and testing or starting to get close to test these areas here. The NDX on a 60, look at it fall apart. Let's quickly move to a daily and show you that we're approaching that line. See, that same line we had on the Dow is already being approached and more than likely will be hit at some point in the next couple days. If it doesn't make it today, early next week, Monday or Tuesday, this line will be hit. And then we may see a little larger move to the upside again to maybe come back up and retest some of this previous, what was support, should now become resistance on the way back up. And that'll probably happen maybe middle to from middle to into late next week. But watch for this area to hold here. This should be very, very strong support, especially on the first hit. This would be a good chance to either look to tighten up stops on your shorts, maybe take profits on your shorts, and then I don't know if you guys are into playing it back to the upside again. But ultimately, if you're short the market right here, be very careful at this area on the NASDAQ. From a weekly standpoint, we are seeing a very, very large red candle right back into a support area. That's why I'm saying it would not be surprised me to see it move a little bit sideways. The next point below this on a weekly basis would be this upper trend line here, and that coincides with the 20-week moving average down here. That's a little ways away, 1618. We still have that 1650, 1655 area to fight through that we've been watching on the daily, so I ultimately wouldn't obviously see that today, but maybe next week we see a test of this area down in here. SPX on a 60-minute now. This was the channel we were in. The Dow has broken out of that channel, or has not broken out of that channel. The SPX, the NASDAQ all have. It broke this channel here, came back up yesterday to retest this, and now moving back down to the down here to the bottom, completely actually what I was expecting to be up front. Had to wait till this morning to see what happened. Had a little bit of chop action, but now the selling pressures come in with a vengeance. So I think what we're seeing here, if you're an Elliotician, is I've been counting this, and like I said, I'm not a professional Elliotician by any means, but I kind of counted this as a 1 down. This was 2 up, and then this is a 1, 2, 3. I think this is the bottom of 3. I think this was a 4 wave here, and now the 5th wave is what we're working on currently. That should take us maybe down into this 1020 area-ish. 1025, 1020, somewhere down in here, maybe below, maybe between the 1025. That's ultimately my target for this. If it reaches it and bounces from there, then I think my count was on, and that puts this as wave the wave 5 and the end of a wave 1 down. Then we'll see a wave 2 back bounce to the upside, which could take us back up into this 1080 area, 1050 area. I don't know yet. I'll put projections on it and throw it out there. Like I said, I'm not a professional elektician. I'm just kind of winging this as I go. I do like to use it as confirmation in my trading, though. Here you have the break below the 50, a move back up, and now a further break to the downside. This was the big pullback here a little while ago of about 70-80 points on the S&P. I would think we're going to see a little bit bigger move on this next break. This thing has broken a lot of support from the 1100 area that we were at. So now I would look if we reach this 1020 area for a larger bounce, but I do not think we get to new highs. Everything is saying that we're not going to make new highs if we hit this 1020 area. So be watching that closely for the rest of the day. SPX on a weekly broke this rising wedge down back below this this previous resistance here, and we'll see where we close for the day. I really think the bears are going to want to try to keep this somewhere below the 1053-ish area, and they've certainly got a good start on that right now, but there is a few hours left of trading. VIX on a daily to the moon. This is a huge look at the almost 20% move. My options are moving like nobody's business right now. So anyway, the option, if you're in options, you're seeing an extra bit of money coming into those if you're on the right side of the trade because of the move in the VIX. So hopefully you guys were able to pick up a little bit of some options, some put options maybe, and are playing this to the upside. The VIX is just absolutely screaming upwards. Here on a weekly, this would be the most logical place to maybe have a pause or a stop, or maybe this is where it closes the week at. But I think we might have seen the move in the VIX now. We have this descending triangle followed by a break of the descending triangle, a retest of the descending triangle, which is very common, and now this move to the upside could be what's in store and kind of a precursor for what's to come. Up 32% as of right now for the week. Huge move in the VIX.